fueling our quest for a cure. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about our International Niemann-Pick Disease Alliance. The foundations from all over the world met in Edinburgh, Scotland in October. We all got together to join efforts so we're not repeating things in our countries, that we can all do together. And if one country is doing something, then we can share it with another country. So we're not repeating efforts. And so we all got together to talk about that. There were 10 countries there. The UK, the United States, Canada, Holland, Spain, Germany, France, Argentina, and Scotland. We were all together. We came up with some goals of what we wanted to accomplish and to unite our efforts, to share ideas, fundraising, like what do you do to raise money, how can you help us, like what ideas could we use. We shared ideas together. We agreed with points that we all wanted to do, such as making sure diagnosis happens early, and how do we have that happen in our countries, how can we make that happen. Make sure we're not duplicating efforts, like research. We wanted different research projects going rather than one country doing the same thing that another country's doing, so we can all know what's going on. We're talking about forming a international registry, patient registry, where it's not so much a medical registry, but that there are patients and where are they, what country are they in, and some information about them, not personal information, but just to know where the patients are and how many patients there are. We're talking about getting that together, because if you can get all those numbers, it helps the researchers, it helps everyone to know what's going on. We're having conference calls with the International Niemann-Pick Disease Alliance about quarterly, so we'll have another conference call in August to talk about our goals and where we're going and how can we progress. So this is going to continue on. Spain wants to host the next conference in 2011, so that all the groups can send a representative to Spain, and we'll meet again to see how far we can go and what we can do with our goals. So we are forming an international alliance, so it's not just us, we're all trying to work together. And speaking of, our national conference is in Canada, so we have an alliance going there as well. And Canada also helps us with our research dollars. They are raising money for the foundation for research, and we share some resources for that to fund the research. And with that, I'm going to introduce Tammy Vaughn, and she will talk more about the Canadian chapter. I always have to have a lightsaber for the International Niemann-Pick Disease Alliance, because every time I say the word alliance, I think Star Wars, so I always bring this as a prop for the International Niemann-Pick Disease Alliance.
So as I mentioned last night about the help and the way that we do work together with the NNPDF from Canada. And as I also mentioned, the reason that we did start off a Canadian chapter was for the sole purpose of being able to give charitable receipt donations. But we had to have a special agreement set up with the Canadian government in order to be able to send our money down to the U.S. Any money we raise here in Canada is used for research. We have, the Legios have a very successful fundraiser every year, raising anywhere between $50,000 and $75,000. We hold a golf tournament. There's other small things that happen throughout the year. And we do just combine all this money, send it down, and it's used strictly for research down here in the U.S. So we're not duplicating a scientific advisory board. We don't have to duplicate a bunch of administrative stuff that Nadine and her team do down at the office. So it's just very efficient. We have Jim Nagata, which everyone met last night, or those that were in attendance, is a graphic artist and has done a fantastic job with our posters. You can see here. Jim gave the NNPDF in the U.S. permission to use those posters as well. So all we did was change the logo on them. So that was another, obviously, collaborative effort that has saved everyone a lot of money and really given us a good vehicle to use for awareness tool. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I guess that's about it. Nadine, can you think of anything else? Okay.
No, I'll finish.
Okay. Any questions? Just get hold of me later.
I want to just read one thing to you. You think this will follow me?
This is a poster that we developed after Jim Nagata had offered so graciously to allow us to utilize the posters he developed. And then we also felt that it was really important to have something to speak to our researchers, to inspire them within their laboratories, to let them know that we have families all around the world who have children diagnosed with Niemann-Pick disease, who are searching for that elusive treatment or cure. So we have the poster that talks about research is our only hope, and that with the NMPDF, success begins with you. And we have photos of all different children, all different disease types and ages. We have infants, we have adolescents, we have toddlers, we have young adults, and we have adults. But one aspect of this poster that is unique, I think, is we had a family member climb to the top of Mount Everest. And when he was atop Mount Everest, he opened a banner that says, "We will go anywhere to find a cure for Dylan and Niemann-Pick disease." And then we followed that up with, "It is important to know that words don't move mountains. Work, exacting work, moves mountains." So we have this poster available. We are going to be sending it out to our researchers, any laboratory that we fund, that we know someone is working on Niemann-Pick disease. We'll be sending that to them to be inspirational. But again, you can use this within your communities if you're hosting a fundraising event, if you're going to have an informational session, or an awareness or educational event. You can use this poster to help advertise it, hang it up, and add a bottom section here, announcement or meeting or informational meeting with the date and time. These are available to you via the foundation office, the central office in the United States, for $1 each, and then we have a nominal shipping charge. So we have all 4 posters available, and Nancy is graciously handing out order forms right now for everyone, so you can utilize that. In addition, one aspect that Jim helped us to work on with regards to the marketing aspect is it's such a unique way in which he came up with the theme for the conference this year of one world, one cause, one mission. Because as a Niemann-Pick disease family group, that's exactly what we're all about. We know we're all in this together. The boundaries between countries and continents has really disappeared once we all fell into a world and awareness of Niemann-Pick disease.